Os Estados Unidos da América assinalam os 250 anos da sua independência, um marco histórico que está a ser celebrado em todo o mundo sob o lema Freedom 250. Em Cabo Verde, onde os laços entre os dois países remontam a 2 séculos, a data serve também para reafirmar uma parceria construída com base na cooperação, na confiança e nas relações entre os dois povos. Hoje, essa parceria entra numa nova fase, assente em objetivos comuns e numa visão de futuro. Nesta reportagem, vamos conhecer um retrato da relação bilateral, dos principais projetos em curso e da visão para o futuro desta parceria.
It's a deep partnership and one that has been going on now for nearly 200 years. I think it's important to remember that the very first U.S. diplomatic presence in all of sub-Saharan Africa was here in Cape Verde, and that tradition lives on today in all of the work we are doing across a range of areas. For us at the embassy, I think right now we're focused on advancing a set of initiatives around the theme of Freedom 250 in honor of the 250th anniversary of U.S. independence. And aligning with those goals, our first big initiative is advancing prosperity and economic growth between our two countries. I think it's important to see more U.S. investment and trade here in Cabo Verde, so we're actively working on that and lots of exciting opportunities in that area. Second, I think we're working together with the Cabo Verdeans to advance security in the region. So that's working here to advance mutual interests in securing this part of the Atlantic, given Cabo Verde's strategic geographic location. And then finally, I think it's important and exciting to note that Cabo Verde's tradition of good governance and democracy and low corruption give us a great opportunity to work together here in Cabo Verde, but also in the region, to advance democracy and good governance in a way that fights malign influence, corruption, and it's an exciting partnership that we have in that space. And I think we all just saw with the recent elections the strength of Cabo Verde's democracy. And I know I'm excited to work with the new government here in the coming weeks. Congratulations to the new team. I'll be meeting with various ministers over the coming weeks and fully expect that the incredible partnership we have with Cabo Verde will be continuing. And that is because this relationship is about so much more than just a government-to-government relationship. It's about the people and the deep ties we have with the Cabo Verdean diaspora dating back 200 years now. The hundreds of thousands of Cabo Verdeans living in the U.S., they really are the engine that drives this relationship, and that is at the heart of all that we do.
Ao longo das últimas décadas, a cooperação norte-americana tem estado presente em diversos setores do desenvolvimento de Cabo Verde. Desde programas de capacitação e formação, até iniciativas na área da segurança, gestão de riscos e desenvolvimento humano, vários projetos continuam a reforçar uma parceria construída de forma consistente.
Another important aspect of our relationship is our programs that build the human capital of Cabo Verde. So those are programs like the Fulbright program, the Mandela Washington Fellows program, that help develop Cabo Verdeans and connect them to U.S. networks. So the Fulbright program sends U.S. scholars here to Cabo Verde and Cabo Verdean scholars and students to the United States to study, to build their networks, and to form linkages within the academic community. And then the Mandela Washington Fellowship is one of my favorite programs. It's just a great program that is committed to developing the next generation of leaders here in Cabo Verde and across Africa. And it sends up-and-coming leaders here in Cabo Verde, young leaders, to the United States for experience and development, and I think critically helping them build networks within their area of specialty in the United States and with fellow Africans that they can bring back here to Cabo Verde. Another area that I think we are working more and more in right now is disaster preparedness and disaster response. So very proud of the support that the U.S. government was able to give to the Cabo Verdean Red Cross last year following the tragic flooding in São Vicente and Santo Antão. That was a great program. And then we continue to work. So for example, we'll be welcoming in the coming months a U.S. government scientist here to work with local Cabo Verdean partners to help develop and improve their response plans in the case of a volcanic eruption, which obviously is an ongoing concern in Fogo and Brava. So that's a really exciting option that we have coming up.
O reforço das relações económicas é atualmente uma das prioridades da Embaixada dos Estados Unidos. A estabilidade política, a localização estratégica e o potencial de crescimento fazem de Cabo Verde um destino cada vez mais atrativo para investidores internacionais, sobretudo em setores considerados estratégicos para o desenvolvimento do país.
Trade is at the core of what this administration is trying to do in Africa in general, and that is certainly true here in Cabo Verde. And it is an exciting time. More and more American companies and investors are coming to see what Cabo Verde offers. This is a stable, democratic, well-governed country in a strategic location, offering access to the West African market and a highly educated population. And so I think we're building on that momentum, which is only going to be supercharged, I think, by the historic performance of the Tubarões Azuis in the World Cup. I think that attention is just going to drive even more economic business opportunities for Cabo Verde. And so for us, we really want to see how we can seize that opportunity and support American companies who are coming here and to help them understand the opportunities that Cabo Verde offers. We're probably focused, I would say, on a few key sectors within that. So first is technology. We've got Cabo Verde Tech Park, and I know Cabo Verde wants to become sort of a tech and digital hub for the region, and so we are trying to connect them with American firms who are the leading firms in the world in this space. So that's one focus. The second, of course, is the maritime sector. Cabo Verde is, at the end of the day, a maritime country. Its unique geographic location, its ports, its maritime history all offer opportunities, excuse me, and we would love to see more American companies here working in whether it's port infrastructure, transport, and the broader blue economy space. And then finally, of course, tourism. Tourism is increasingly an engine of Cabo Verde's growth. I will say in the year I've been here, I can see more tourists, and I think the global attention and love that I think the whole world is having after this World Cup is going to bring more tourists here. And so we want to see more American companies like Sheraton and others come here to expand and bring that expertise into the tourism space.
A comunidade cabo-verdiana residente nos Estados Unidos continua a desempenhar um papel determinante no fortalecimento desta relação bilateral. Paralelamente, a construção da nova Embaixada norte-americana simboliza um novo ciclo de cooperação e pretende aproximar ainda mais os dois países através de novos espaços de atendimento, cultura e intercâmbio.
The diaspora is the foundation of this relationship, and I think it is somewhat of a unique relationship for the United States with an African country because of this 200-year history. And Cabo Verdeans have contributed to America and the American way of life for all of that time. There's just so many examples of prominent Cabo Verdeans, whether it's Hakeem Jeffries, the representative from New York, in the House of Representatives right now, past Medal of Honor winners from the United States military, artists, business people. It's just such a deep source of our relationship, and one that, you know, we can't overstate how much it drives things. I've been excited in my year here to welcome multiple delegations from the diaspora here, bringing, for example, government leaders from the state of Massachusetts and the state of Rhode Island. So I think that's an exciting way that we are connecting with more than just the diaspora community, but they then connect to the wider American community. And of course, we see tons of examples of the diaspora's impact here, whether that's the Cabo Verdean American Medical Society and the regular trips and missions they bring here, bringing American medical specialists here to do training, provide specialized care across all of the islands. There's other groups I know building sports and park infrastructure for youth across the islands. So I think there's just a lot of activities of the diaspora that really form the core of what we are, and is, I think, something that makes the U.S.-Cabo Verde relationship special and unique.
Num ano em que os Estados Unidos assinalam os 250 anos da sua independência e Cabo Verde celebra 51 anos de soberania nacional, os dois países renovam o compromisso de aprofundar uma parceria construída ao longo de gerações. Uma relação sustentada pela cooperação institucional, pelo investimento e, sobretudo, pelos fortes laços humanos que unem os dois povos.
And of course, as we are celebrating our Independence Day later this week, Cabo Verde is also celebrating its 51st now anniversary of independence. So I want to welcome and wish all Cabo Verdeans a happy Independence Day. We're excited to celebrate with you.